As a crackdown on protests against Israel grows within the tech industry, tensions on college campuses have also reached a boiling point. At Columbia University here in New York City, more than 100 people were arrested on Thursday after occupying the school's South Lawn for 30 hours in support of Gaza. According to police, Columbia President Minouche Shafik asked the NYPD for help, citing a, quote, clear and present danger. But when asked to characterize the protest, the Columbia Spectator reports that Police Chief John Schell said the supposed clear and present danger was identified by Columbia University, not actually by the NYPD, and that the NYPD reported no violence or injuries associated with the Gaza Solidarity encampment. Among those arrested was Isra Hirsi, daughter of Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. She had been suspended from neighboring Barnard College and was protesting at Columbia. Congresswoman Omar posted on X that she was proud of her daughter and, quote, stepping up to change what you can't tolerate is why we as a country have the right to speech, assembly, and petition enshrined in our Constitution. Isra Hirsi is here with me now. Also joining the conversation, Maryam Alwen, a fourth-year Columbia student who helped organize the protest. She was also suspended and arrested. It's good to have both of you with us. I know, obviously, a very difficult time for you and for a lot of people on the campus. But let me just start, Isra, with how you see yourself being treated over the past couple of days. Just kind of walk us through, if you can, what you have been told, why you have been suspended, and your reaction to it.
Yeah, I guess I was suspended Thursday morning at 10 a.m. with two other fellow Barnard students. The email stated that we had engaged in disruptive behavior, but had not outlined the code of conducts that we had violated. The three of us were the only three that had done public interviews at that point. And so we think that our targeting or the reason we got suspended so early was due to the fact that we had made ourselves known. And then that the school got NYPD records to be able to arrest the rest of the students. How I'm feeling about it, however, I think a little bit like this was expected. We all knew that we knew the risks and we knew what we were engaging in. However, I wasn't really expecting to be immediately locked out of my dorm, of dining, of campus as quickly as I was.
Yeah, and to that point, Maryam, as well, you have been involved in the protests and in the campus, or on the campus, I should say. Talk to us about what experience you have had. What did the university tell you as to the reason why you were also suspended, and whether or not are you being treated differently than your fellow colleagues?
So Barnard seems to be a little bit more repressive than Columbia. I was notified that I was suspended yesterday, whereas they were notified, Isra specifically and two other students were told that they were suspended before we were arrested, and they were locked out of their housing. I was not locked out of my housing. However, ironically, we were arrested on the grounds of trespass, meaning that we would have had to have been suspended in order to be trespassing onto our own campus. But then the suspension letter said, you are suspended for violation of law because you were arrested for trespassing. So it doesn't really even make sense in the first place, and it feels like it's part of a repressive campaign against pro-Palestine advocacy that has been ongoing for months now.
The university was saying that part of the reason why they took this action, certainly the president of the university, was because, as I said, it posed a clear and present danger in the university, perhaps threatening other students. Talk to that charge. What was the encampment like? Do you see any validity that the encampment was threatening to other students, made other students feel uncomfortable?
No, I think that the encampment was honestly one of the beautiful forms of solidarity. We would be singing songs. We had meals together. People prayed together. They held Shabbat yesterday. And it's really just been a very community-centered space. And also because of the fact that it is outside, it hadn't disrupted any classes and had really been a very isolated kind of moment where the zone in which we were actually protesting in is the demonstration zone that we are allowed to technically be able to protest in. And so the school had already placed this spot to be a place that is meant for these kind of actions, and therefore shouldn't have be seen as disruptive.
And to that point, Maryam, Columbia University has a long history of college protests. Did you see yourself a continuation of that long history of protests, or do you see yourself as being a different form of protest, that one that broke from tradition, or does it continue tradition?
We situate ourselves in a long legacy of activism, specifically on Columbia's campus. In fact, in 1968, I believe over 700 Columbia students were arrested when protesting the Vietnam War. And so when we set up this encampment, we also set up a sign that said Liberated Zone, which was a reference to previous protests I remember the first day we held a teach-in with a professor about the history of the anti-apartheid movement on campus when South African apartheid was going on, and that's exactly what we were trying to do now when protesting our funding of Israeli apartheid and genocide in Gaza.
So I guess if you had to tell viewers what is your demand, what is your set of demands, if you have any, as to why you are engaged in this protest on this campus, what would they be?
Yeah, our three demands are asking Columbia University to divest from all companies that are complicit in genocide and actually have a hand in genocide, as well as transparency of Columbia's investments. These are not public information, as well as amnesty for all students that are actively being repressed and that were also suspended due to these pro-Palestinian protests.
And is there a way to have done it beyond the encampment? Could you have done, if you were trying to get this information from the investors or the College Board, could you not have done it in any other way? Why a protest in this form?
It feels like a peaceful escalation was the only way to make our voices heard because the school was ignoring us at every turn. We tried peaceful protests and then they changed their policies and retroactively, they suspended Students for Justice in Palestine and Jewish Voice for Peace for peacefully protesting completely illegitimately. We filed a lawsuit for that. We have tried referendums. They have pushed back on the referendums. So it really feels like a peaceful escalation was the only way.
Do you feel it's because of the nature of these protests and what they're supporting? Do other student groups have this kind of target on their back, or do you feel that you are being targeted because of the fact that it is in solidarity with Palestinians and against what Israel is doing to Palestinians?
Oh, this is 100% targeted. Every single protest that we have, there's a group of counter-protesters that bring all of their items, their flags and things like that, and they're not seen as having unsanctioned protests or really receive the kind of disciplinary warnings that many of our fellow organizers receive just for being seen at these protests. And so there is definitely some hypocrisy here, especially you can kind of see it with the students that were sprayed us with the chemical weapons and the fact that there's no public information as to what happened to them, but rather the university is actively discussing what is happening to the students here and making it a whole public spectacle rather than when we haven't done anything to physically harm students, whereas those that sprayed those chemical weapons physically harmed students.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to the Palestinian exception to free speech. I came to Columbia because I thought it was a progressive space for people who care about social justice and human rights. And at every turn, I have been shown that that doesn't apply to Palestinians like myself. My peers, my classmates have friends and family that are still trapped under the rubble in Gaza, and we are being criminalized on our own campus, quite literally being taken out in zip ties because our president thought that we were a threat.
Let me ask you finally, we don't have much time, but where do you see things going from here in terms of, do you get a chance to appeal your suspension? Is there a chance for it to be reversed? Are you considering any legal action against the university for how you were treated?
Yeah, absolutely. Every single one of us is starting the appeal process. We are all waiting for our hearing dates to see what exactly has happened. The way that the university and the college has gone about this is definitely unlawful and not even following their own rules. So we will be doing whatever we can to see fit to protect ourselves, to be able to finish out our term. And if that becomes legal action, then that is exactly what we will be doing. But in the meantime, we stand in solidarity with those at the encampment. And thankfully, they are still there and they're still holding it down.
Yes.
All right. Israa Hirsi and Maryam Alwan, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your time this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.